Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to the Abundance Tree podcast. I said
Good
that with high
evening.
energy. Good evening,
Hi,
April. How
Energy.
are you?
Girl, I'm good. How are you? Good to see you.
Good to see you. It's Janice and April once again.
Yes, Abundance Tree is in the house tonight. How we
Hey,
doing?
hey, I'm doing good. How are you?
Girl, I'm good. We have a phenomenal guest tonight. I'm excited to bring him out.
Awesome, awesome. But before we do, I have to say something about them earrings. I'm digging those earrings. Those are really nice.
Ah,
I'm
thank
digging those.
you. My big 90s hoops, the
I
oversized
love
hoops.
them. I
You
used
you
to
know
wear
I'm
those.
yeah,
They're
girl, we all
awesome.
well, I can't say we all did, most of us did. I swear I'm like a Gen X with technically a millennial. I'm like an old school millennial.
I guess you could be a Gen X with us.
Thank you. Thank you for
We'll
accepting me,
adopt
girl.
you. We'll attempt you in.
Look, I was 1 year late. I was 1 year late.
All
I, 80,
right, well,
I
you're in.
think it
You're
started
in.
at 83.
You're in. You're in.
Thank you. Thank you. Club Gen
You
X.
right, Gen X. Shout out to Gen X.
Shout out to Gen X and the millennials too. I don't know what
Right,
y'all new people call, but shout out to y'all too.
right.
I really don't know what the new term is, but
Is
after
it
millennials, I tapped out.
X? Probably X or Z, or maybe they
I
started
think it
over with
is
A.
Z. I think it is
Yeah,
Z because X is taken.
right.
Oh well,
So
anywho.
I know, right? We have a great guest, don't we? Should be
Yeah, we
awesome.
have a dedicated scalar, not solar, scalar energy researcher and humanitarian committed to empowering individuals to restore optimal health and enhance their quality of life. Scalar energy is the fundamental life force permeating the universe and has captivated him since his undergraduate years. Inspired by the pioneering work of Nikola Tesla, and continued by researchers like, I can't even say that man name, Hieronymus. I probably butchered that, but probably a famous researcher. So he was fascinated by the potential to unbind RNA and DNA bonds of harmful microbes. He embarked on a journey of independent studies to harness scalar energy. So through his innovative instrument, Scalar Light, he seeks to provide people with the education and tools to tap into this transformative energy source. Why I can't talk tonight. So
You're
join us
good.
as we get into his groundbreaking research and his mission to make a difference in the world. We have Tom Paladino.
All right.
So awesome, man. He's
Yes.
really deep in the game with this science. I did
Scalar,
not do
yeah.
well with science in school. Clearly.
I don't think I did either. Not good enough. We're gonna learn some new things today.
Oh, I was terrible in science.
Hey Tom, we can't see
Hey,
you
Tom.
yet.
Yeah, we can't see
Hello,
you yet.
ladies.
We can hear you.
Right. Show yourself. There you are.
There we go.
Hey
Hey, you
Tom.
made it.
How are you?
Happy to be alive.
Amen.
Awesome. Right? So we want to know all about the scalar technology and your journey and how you did everything. So so tell us about yourself.
We're going to speak about invention, scalar light technology. Scalar light, what is that? It's the energy of the sun, the energy of the stars. It's not electricity. And I work with these instruments that control that energy from the sun and the stars, scalar light. I'm in my laboratory. Behind me is a scalar light instrument. So, what is this new science? Well, it was first identified and controlled by Nikola Tesla, the great scientist Nikola Tesla. So imagine being able to control the energy of the sun. You don't create the energy, you control the energy of the sun. That's what I'm doing with this instrument. Why is that pertinent? Well, it's free energy, it's safe. And if we can tap into the sun, that would end our energy crisis. It's free. It's not oil, coal, wind turbines, nuclear.
Right.
It's not hydrogen. It's free energy from the sun and the stars.
Yeah, that doesn't run out.
Right.
Exactly. And it's a big benefit to mankind. And it's clean. There's no carbon footprint.
Absolutely.
This is the future. Free energy from the sun and the stars. Free energy.
I know there's a lot of hearing a lot of people pushing the solar panels on homes. I'm not sure if that's related to what you're doing or
Yes, it's related, but it's still, those solar panels are converted into electricity. I
okay.
want to take solar panels, so to speak, and keep them with scalar energy. It's a better energy.
Okay.
It's much more versatile, and it's free. What's the
Right.
key?
Did I mention free? Yeah.
Definitely free energy, because my light bill last month was definitely not free.
We need solutions. You're right. We have big problems today.
Yeah,
The energy grid is falling apart. It's expensive.
absolutely.
It's really, it shows a great deal of disparity. It's not fair. Those who can afford it can live a nice life of luxury. Those who cannot, people around the world cannot afford energy. They live in a shack.
Absolutely.
Mhm. Yeah, that's unfortunate. So what made you start being interested in studying about scalar technology and
Yeah.
whatnot?
This technology will liberate the world. This technology will alleviate so much suffering.
Okay.
I am a humanitarian. I'm a Christian. I want to help people. Technology helps people. And that's what this technology will do. It will help mankind tremendously. Tremendously.
Well, that's awesome. That's wonderful.
I'm going to demonstrate the instrument. This instrument is on. Those are Tesla coils I'm pointing to. I'm going to turn the screen. That's the scalar light instrument.
Okay.
There's no moving parts because you don't need to create energy by a moving part, such as a turbine. All the motion, so to speak, is in the energy itself. The energy is kinetic. If I take a light bulb in my hand, the instrument will illuminate the light bulb.
Oh, wow.
That's free energy. The energy is so strong that even a wooden board cannot prevent the light bulb from illuminating.
What?
Wild.
Wow. That is wild.
That's wild.
Wow.
What is powering that then? If it's not generating energy and it's not hooked up to a source, what's powering it?
The power source presently is electricity.
Okay.
I take the AC electricity and convert it into scalar.
Okay.
Once I have scalar, it's much more powerful, and the energy, I can send the energy anywhere in the solar system, anywhere in the universe.
Hmm.
Now, with that statement, I don't need a satellite. I don't need cell phone towers or a power grid.
Hmm.
The grid pre-exists. The universe is the power grid. The universe is the infrastructure.
Wow. This is like amazing to me. I'm like, it's like, I don't know if it's going over my head or it's just like, I'm just in awe. Like, what?
It's,
Wow.
It's the
it's
concept for me, because when you said it like that, like the grid and the power lines and all these 5G towers and stuff like that, those just basically channel and control the energy. Like they can cut it on or off
yes,
whenever they want to, but the energy is just still there, will be there. They just have developed a way to, I guess, direct it.
you're right. So this new technology is so simple, straightforward, it's safe, unlimited energy from the sun and the stars, and you don't need a satellite.
Hmm.
You don't need wires. You don't need a grid system.
And it just travels all over the universe, you said, because the universe is the infrastructure, is what you're saying.
Yes, exactly. So
Wow.
you don't have to build a cell phone tower. The universe is the cell
It's
phone tower.
So what kind of things can you use this energy for?
I've concentrated on health, energetic health, energetic health for people and animals. I'm going to explain what I mean. When I'm working with this energy, this scalar energy, it's non-physical. It does not have any mass. It's massless. So we don't work with chemicals, and we don't work with people per se. We work with the energy field of a person. We work with their aura. So I don't work with people in person, in flesh and blood. I work with photographs of people. There's a scalar energy force field on that photograph. The instrument's not designed to work with people. The instrument is designed to work with photographs, specifically the force field, the energy field on the photograph.
That's so deep. I feel like I'm on this focus zone. Wait a minute, wait a minute. So if I took a picture of myself, that machine could, from what you're saying, is interact with me
Yes.
and help my personal health just through my picture, through the
Yes.
energy of me in my picture.
Yes.
That's freaking
And that-
wild.
And in a similar fashion, if we're having this Zoom call where we're doing it through a computer, obviously you're not in my computer, I'm not in your computer. It's our images that are sharing. So if you can have a conversation through a computer, then you can have a conversation through a photograph.
Okay.
So in electromagnetics, we're speaking to one another, so to speak, through this telephonic communication. A scalar energy instrument speaks on its own and will treat your energy field on a photograph.
Wow, this is so deep for me. I'm just trying to fathom it. You know?
Yeah. So is it
Like-
I guess so. I'm the technical person, so I'm just like, does it matter like what you take the picture with? Does it have to be a camera? Does it have to be a certain type of film? Does it have to be? How does that
paper? The
transfer
photo
through?
paper? I mean, I don't know. I mean, like, wow.
Can it be sent through like electronically or like?
Yes.
I guess I'm trying
People
to figure out
email
the
me
transfer.
photographs all the time. I email myself this photograph. So the key is the photograph is now on a piece of paper. The energy, my signature is on that photograph, on that piece of paper. Everything, including a photograph, is filled with energy, charged with energy. So I don't work with people. I work with their representation, their copy, their photographic copy. By this bilocated copy, this bilocated version, I work with people. It's the new science where we don't work with people, we work with their energetic copy, the photograph.
Wow. So, like, when you say work with them, what exactly do you do? Like, you use your machine? How does that work?
So keep in mind, whether it's a person or a photograph, the result is identical because the photograph is the person. My photograph captures my soul, mind, and body. Now, if I place my photograph in the instrument, I'm feeling energy right now. Because that's me, that's my force field feeling the energy of the instrument. Remember, it's so strong, it can balance my brain waves. So the amount of energy going into that light bulb is the same amount of energy going into my mind, my psyche, my chakras.
Okay.
So the instrument will balance the brain waves and the chakras. Again, if it can illuminate a light bulb, then it can illuminate my chakras.
Okay. And can you explain chakras? I don't know if I know that term. What is chakras?
Like
They're
the
energy.
crown, sacral, throat.
They're energy centers. There's 7 major energy centers. One is above our head, and they proceed in a downward order, and it's an alignment. 7 chakras from the crown to the root.
To the root.
And those are energy centers that send out energy to us. They instruct us, soul, mind, and body. So when you work through the chakras, you're sending instructions into people.
Okay.
That's what my work is: intelligence, instructions. It's not a chemical. It's not a drug. It's not massage. It's not surgery. They're instructions.
And the instructions are what, for healing, or is it, how can we trust you that you're not going to put the voodoo on us?
Not the voodoo girl.
No, I don't know. I'm just being silly, but what exactly
But for
instructions?
real.
Explain. Like, is it healing or?
Yeah. Good question. So, what's the point?
Yeah.
A scalar energy instrument, it's a divine energy. And as long as you keep it with the divine, nothing can go wrong. I firmly believe, where does the energy from the sun and the stars come from? It has to come from God.
Yeah, I believe
Only
that.
God can create the sun and the stars.
Absolutely.
So when I work with the energy of the sun and the stars, it's God's energy. And in so doing, I'm sending people God's energy, God's light.
Okay.
So it only can have a favorable outcome. God cannot harm.
Wow, that's deep.
That's deep, way
Wow.
deeper than I expected. Because I mean, the only reason I know about chakras because a couple of mine are not what they supposed to be. Especially that root. That root is all messed up.
So with this technology, we can access soul, mind, and body through a photograph of one person or a photograph of 100 people.
Wow. So, have you gotten any results from clients that you worked with, or?
Many people tell us after we work with them that they feel better. Many people say that they're happier. Some people say that their dream state is enhanced. You can have very deep dreams with this energy.
Okay.
Why? Because the energy will balance your brain waves, your beta waves, your theta waves. Some people say that they're not only happier, but they can give up alcohol or recreational drugs. Others say that this will give them closure for trauma, emotional trauma.
Okay. I could sure use some of that.
Okay, I'm about to send you a picture right now.
Right.
Trauma free me.
Yeah. Wow,
Wow.
that's
So I'm
amazing.
kind of stuck on so all the pictures because Janice and I are kind of seasoned. I've taken a lot of pictures in my life in my 40 years, right? So there's a piece of my energy in all of those pictures, from baby pictures to selfies that I took a year ago and stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly. It doesn't matter when the photograph is taken. It captures your energy now, today. Because with scalar energy, it's your signature always is on that piece of paper. It's always you. It's just like your fingerprint. It doesn't matter if it's your fingerprint when you're 1 year old, 10 years old, or 50 years old. It's still your fingerprint. That's what a photograph is, your energetic fingerprint. It stays with you for life. It does not change. It's your fingerprint.
Amazing. So, how long does it take time for people to know those results, or is it right away? Is it instant?
Usually within the first week, people say that they're happier or that they can sleep better. Why? The energy acts instantaneously.
Mm-hmm.
There is no, if you will, series of events. It acts instantaneously. There's no chain of events. It acts instantaneously.
Okay.
So
Wow.
I like working with energy because it's mistake proof. It's flawless. The energy doesn't make a mistake. It follows the laws of science. The laws of science are mistake proof.
Well, I have to agree with that because you can prove science. So you can prove through experiments and things like that. So, so I know that for me, some of my one of my health problems, for most people of color, are vitamin D deficiency, and I'm certainly fall into that category. So, do you think that this would help my vitamin D levels come up? Because it is from the sun, right?
Yeah. I'm glad you mentioned that. For instance, if I wanted to impart a vitamin in somebody energetically, this is riboflavin, vitamin B. If I place my photograph alongside the photograph of riboflavin, the two energies share or they communicate. And the energy of riboflavin is downloaded into me or imparted into me energetically. It's not a chemical. We don't work with chemicals. Everything is non-physical. The energy of riboflavin is downloaded into me. And that's how I receive my riboflavin.
How do
Wow.
you control if your energy goes into the riboflavin, or the other way around? How do you kind of, I guess, how do you kind of, well, I see the setup back there, but is there a way you can kind of control it?
I don't have to. The energy controls itself. See, this is what I like about this energy. You don't instruct it. You don't tell it what to do. It knows what to do. As long as I hold my photograph in the force field with the riboflavin, the energy will automatically download that vitamin into me energetically without any instructions from me. Now, compare when you turn on a light switch, you don't instruct the electrons. You do not instruct electricity. Electricity knows what to do. You simply harness electricity. I harness scalar energy, and likewise, scalar energy knows what to do, as do electrons when you turn on an electrical current.
So it doesn't matter what order you put the pictures in, or if you maybe you wanted to put B12 and vitamin D, like 2 pictures with your picture. Does it?
Yes, very good. I have a nutrient program on which I put in hundreds of nutrients simultaneously.
Huh?
And the instrument knows what to do with all of those nutrients instantaneously.
Wow.
I guess because it's reading your picture, it knows what you need, huh?
That's all I need are photographs of nutrients. Because the energy is on the photograph.
Wow. Have there been blood tests proven to show like levels coming up and whatnot?
Many people say yes.
Yes, okay.
There have been blood panels, and many people say that their blood panels have improved. Now, this has never been duplicated. I have to make this very clear to your audience. Nobody has my instrument. Nobody's been able to duplicate my results. So my results are without further testing. Nobody's been able to prove or disprove my work because nobody has my instrument. So I have to rely upon testimonies right now.
Okay. Gotcha.
I'm speechless, sir.
I know, me too. So really, so you're relying on testimonies. So they're really not really formal case studies, are they? Or
no. And I'll tell you for various reasons. Number one, nobody's ever studied a photograph. Nobody can prove how a photograph connects to a person's energy field. This is a new science. And this science is not Newtonian science. What we've learned in college does not apply to this new science. You'll have to have a new understanding of physics to understand how this energy works, and then to test it, to monitor it, to measure it, to make some type of interpretation. All interpretation has to be done through the prism of scalar energy, not electromagnetic energy. So it's like comparing the apple to the orange. You only can compare it. The apple is not the orange.
Right. Wow, this is deep. I don't know what else to say. That's awesome.
This is deep.
Yeah. Do you foresee anyone else trying to do you think anyone else could come up with the same machine in order to do case studies, or this will be is it impossible? Okay.
Yeah, yes, I do, and I hope they would. But thus far, nobody has, for various reasons, I believe. You have to have inspiration from God. Inspiration from God. Only God can give you this wisdom. This is not taught by academia. And then if some party can duplicate my work, well, then we can compare notes. But it's going to take a lot of work. They're going to have to develop a process similar to mine. Now, for me, simply to say that that I'm working alone. That's true and accurate, but I don't want to work alone. So there has to be another party that can duplicate my work. In other words, if I'm the only one in the world with a computer, then I'm the only one in the world with computer experience. Right now, I'm the only person in the world with this type of technology that I know of. Well, and somebody else, some other party has to develop this technology and either prove or disprove me.
Oh, I gotcha.
How long did it take for you to come up with your machine and then once you came up with it, how did you kind of like test it out?
I was fortunate enough in the 90s to meet a group of inventors, Sarah and Galen Hieronymus. I met Sarah, I never met her husband. And they were working with scalar energy instruments. Actually, this instrument was their prototype. I've modified it, I've perfected it. They're no longer with us. So that was my initial introduction to engineering with scalar energy instruments. Sadly, nobody has duplicated the work of Dr. Hieronymus. Nobody's duplicated my work. So to answer the question, I started in the 90s with this hands-on experience through this Hieronymus family. To be clear, this takes years, perhaps decades of work. There's no money in it. And for that reason, the hard work and there's no paycheck, I don't see anybody doing this in the near future.
Wow.
You say there's no money in it. Is that because, and I know the connection, I know you said that it's God's work. If this is healing people, do you ever see, I guess, there being a potential for that? Or would you even charge for that? Or how do you kind of quantify it? I can see why there's no money in it.
Yeah, there is no money. I started a website and I charge a nominal fee for our services. And, that just pays expenses.
Gotcha.
But to be clear, if my goal is to work with 1 billion people a year, 1 billion people a year. How do I do that? Well, it's going to take a lot of resources to work with 1 billion people a year. Imagine working with 1 billion photographs in a year. That's going to be a rather daunting task. You need a support group. You need a support community.
Definitely. How long does the healing process take, I guess, if somebody, I guess, had a vitamin deficiency, like say it's somebody with anemia or something like that,
Sure.
Iron deficiency, how long, like over a couple of weeks, maybe?
It's hard to say. Everybody's different. Usually within a month or two, people say that they feel much better. Okay. And that if they had a deficiency, many people say that they no longer have a deficiency or that deficiency has been significantly addressed. Now, with that said, everybody's different.
Yeah.
And keep in mind, there's no test, there's no way to test a photograph. So we have to rely upon people getting blood panel work and giving their testimony after they send in their photograph. So can we even prove that the photograph produced that favorable outcome? That's a theory of mine, yes. Can I prove it? No. That's how cutting edge this is. It cannot be proven.
Right.
I got one more quick question because I'm sorry, Janice, I got to ask this.
Okay.
Is it only minerals that are transferable through the photographs? Because the person clearly doesn't have to be in the room for it to transfer. You can be, I guess, is there like a distance or something? And then the second part to that question, is it mineral only or is it cellular also?
To answer your question, I'll use an example. My predecessor, whose name is Dr. Galen Hieronymus, he invented this initial instrument. Dr. Hieronymus worked with NASA, and he treated the astronauts with their photograph. Now, when he was treating the astronauts, the photograph registered their heartbeat and their organ function. So you have to say when the astronauts of Apollo 11 were on the lunar orbit, the lunar walk, but still their photograph carried their biorhythms. So what's the point? You don't have to go to a laboratory. Your photograph is your energetic copy. Dr. Hieronymus treated the astronauts by way of their photograph. He treated their photograph. Now, the moon is 250,000 miles away, so the energy transfer or the energy is still on the photographs, even though the astronauts are 250,000 miles away. Can you prove this science? No, it's never been done before. Nobody's ever proven it.
Wow. So, but he was able to track their vitals and stuff from when they were doing it in space.
Yes.
That's crazy.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
crazy.
The things you
Wow.
don't never hear about.
Right. What
This is
about like
crazy.
major disease, like, like tumors or, disease or anything, stuff.
I perfected this process thus far with pathogens, and I'll explain.
Okay.
I'm going to hold up a photograph of the HIV virus. Everything has an energy. Everything has a signature. This photograph of HIV is the signature of HIV. I work with this community in Delhi, India. It's called the Om Prakash HIV AIDS Clinic in Delhi, India. And when I worked with these people, they came to me and they were HIV positive. So what did I do? I took the photograph and I worked with the HIV virus, communicating the energy of HIV into the people. So the two photographs communicate, they speak to one another. Downloading the signature of HIV into the people, finding the HIV virus in their photograph, in their quantum field, and destroying the energy, eradicating the energy, removing the energy, curing the energy, effacing the energy. It's all energy. We don't work with people, we work with force fields.
Wow.
After I worked with these people at Om Prakash, they had follow-up PCR tests. And the PCR tests show no viral load. They don't have any viral load
What?
for the HIV virus. Those who had a follow-up PCR test, nobody has a viral load.
Wow.
Whoa, bro.
Wow.
So that's the testimony. Again, those are the testimonies we're receiving.
I think that's one hell of a testimony, not to
Yes,
take
it is.
Where
Yes,
can
it-
people find you?
The website is scalarlight.com. Now, in order for me to prove this to the world, we offer free sessions, 15 days of free sessions.
Oh.
Anybody in the world can go to scalarlight.com, upload, you're going to email us your photograph, and we're going to treat you for free. No questions asked, we're going to treat you for free. You can send in photographs of your family with their permission. And for 15 days, we'll balance your chakras, we'll identify and eliminate microbes, germs, and then we're going to download nutrients. We're going to provide energetically the molecular intelligence of nutrients. We do all of that through the quantum field. It's non-physical. We do all of that through your photograph, which is your energetic copy.
Wow,
Anyway,
thank you.
well, you were doing it in India, so oh my God. And
So,
okay.
I hope y'all heard that. Y'all need to go to scalarlight.com, get your picture emailed to Tom, and he's gonna give you for 15 days of free scalar light energy, right? For
Yes.
everyone that goes to that
That is-
website. Wow, thank you so much. That's awesome.
You're
Wow.
welcome. So in order for me to prove this to the world, I have to be able to show good testimonies. People have to be able to prove it to themselves. You cannot prove this in a scientific, rigorous fashion. This science has never been defined. How can you prove something that lacks definition or lacks clarification? That's how cutting edge we are. So I cannot prove this according to the laws of science. I prove this through people's testimonies. I prove this when people send me their photograph, and after I work with their photograph, there is no viral load for herpes.
That's wild.
Amazing. Wow.
That is beyond amazing. And you're right, because I mean, the world we live in, they just want to give you a pill. And
You're
the
right.
pill doesn't
Yeah.
even produce those results.
You're right. You're right. Energy is supreme. Energy never makes a mistake. This is what I like about my work. When you work with energy, it's flawless. This is an energy machine. Chemicals are not light. They're not fundamental. Surgery is not light. What's the point? Light is fundamental. Light never makes a mistake.
Wow, that's so powerful. Wow.
I feel like a changed person just
Yeah.
even having, I guess this was a whole experience. I wasn't
Yes.
expecting. I'm gonna be completely, totally honest. My mind is beyond blown right now.
Yeah, mine too. That's probably why I'm just kind of like taken back. Like I don't know what question to ask or what what to comment. It's just it's so wonderful. That's so great to learn about this.
I'm here for it. I'm just in
Yeah,
like clearly I don't understand like the laws of physics and stuff like that, but just the concepts and stuff like that
yeah. Why
It's a
are
not
learn-
give it a try?
it's a learning journey. It's taken me 50 years to learn this. I don't expect people to know this overnight.
Right.
This is a new science. This is very complicated.
Yeah, I can imagine. Y'all give it a try. Take your blood work or whatever prior, and then send your picture over to go to the scalarlight.com and get your picture sent over and try it and be a testimony. See what happens. What is there to lose, right? But just gain better health, right? So awesome.
and you said
Well,
this works for pets too as well. So you can do
Yeah, yeah. I always work. I have dogs. I work with my dogs. We've been working with goats in Tanzania. Here's a photograph of the goats in Tanzania that we've been working with. Yes,
wow.
you can work with animals. Farmers and ranchers send their photographs of their cats and their dogs and their pigs and their horses. Yes.
Jesus. Well, we got
Wow.
about a minute left. Is there anything that you want to tell the audience or the viewers?
This is a message of hope. This technology will improve our lifestyle. That's the purpose of my work. I'm trying to get this information out there. Remember, I'm the one researcher. It's me, it's only me, and I need help getting the message out. So any of you in the listening audience, help me get this word out. Technology takes time to be embraced and to be digested. So I foresee that this is going to take time for me to get the word out. But help me. Tell your friends and family.
Well, absolutely. We
God
we
bless you,
sure are
Tom.
helping you, and we're going to put your message out through our podcast. And we're so grateful you came on with us tonight.
Absolutely. Thank you guys so much for watching, and thank you, Tom, for sharing this with the world.
Thank you, ladies. Enjoy yourself.
Absolutely.
Me too. Have a great night, y'all.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Good night.
Good night.